Iowa State University president says, hey, we got to find safe places for white men. Young white men need to be protected. Put up the picture full of my ass. Presidents from Iowa's 3 public universities told the Board of Regents Thursday that they are overhauling their DEI programs on campus. Diversity, equity, and inclusion, no more. Which is to say they're shutting them down completely and closing down the DEI offices. With millions watching and many people benefiting from this program called Indisputable, we just need 1% of the viewers to become a paid member so we can continue to bring this content to you. Now back to the show. According to KCRG, the presidents of Iowa State University, University of Iowa, and the University of Northern Iowa all met to assure the board and the state legislature that they are complying to overhaul DEI programs and enhancing civics education, a demand that reportedly won't impact DEI positions that are necessary for accreditation or compliance with state and federal law. Though it's really difficult to see how the mandate would not affect those positions. Instead of a DEI office, University of Iowa President Barbara Wilson says the university is starting a civic dialogue initiative pilot program next fall. Quote, this initiative will really get students to think about, how do you come to the table? You see, this is what happens when a Karen gets a PhD and a university position. Let's eliminate DEI, no diversity, equity, and inclusion. We just want to talk about, how to get a seat at the table. That DEI got you a seat at the table. The irony of that, it got you a seat at the table. How do you listen to others who are different from you? How do you find common ground? These are questions now being posed by the presidents who got rid of the DEI program. How do you stay curious instead of judgmental? Wilson said. Also, we will be prohibiting anybody from requiring pronouns. That will be added to all syllabi for all courses this fall. All right, so in similar fashion, University of Northern Iowa, the president, Mark Nook, says they are planning to create, quote, a center for civic education. So old Mark says the center will benefit their students, K through 12 students, and the broader public, quote, it will promote the values of free speech, civic leadership, public service, and participatory citizenship. Whatever that means. Iowa State President Wendy Wintersteen said, quote, so one of the first things we did was establish learning communities. I'm laughing because it's a college. The college is already a learning community. Okay, all right, let me go back. The first thing we did was establish a learning community so that a young white man from rural Iowa could come and be in a learning community and find the place where they could belong. End quote. That's what the man said. He said, we're creating learning communities for young white men so white men can feel that they belong. Zach Lindley of News One points out, apparently, in Weinstein's caucasity-infused mind, I love the wordplay, young white men from rural Iowa are having a difficult time finding a place where they comfortably fit in while attending school that is, checks note, more than 72% white. Actually, all 3 schools are overwhelmingly Caucasian. The University of Iowa is also 72% white, and the University of Northern Iowa is a whopping 83% white. In fact, no other individual racial group at any of the 3 schools come in at more than just over 7%. At both Iowa State and UI, black students represent less than 1% of the student body. Iowa Governor Kim Reynolds hasn't yet signed the bill that lawmakers passed to ban DEI programs at public universities. But the presidents are already falling over themselves to show how they are complying with something that is not yet law. These are college presidents playing politics, and it is sad. Sharon, thoughts here?
College presidents are cowards, but I will say that this is a safer space for them than pretending that they really care about important aspects of diversity. They feel safe doing this. I thought the safe space for white men is everywhere. It's everywhere, okay? But America is, I guess, preferring the lie. And so very dangerous for us. We'll keep living the lie.
Yeah. And as I said in an op-ed I wrote when the affirmative action was gutted by the Supreme Court, I said it's going to clear the way for exactly what you're saying now. It is in my op-ed. I said, look for these things to start happening because the Supreme Court has said we will no longer enforce the mandated inclusion dynamics of universities. And it will go to scholarships, and it will also permeate into private sector. I said that in the op-ed, you can check it out. This is happening now because unlike Republicans who obviously play chess, Democrats play checkers, and they see things for one move at a time. Republicans, they see things as an overall strategy. It's unfortunate we're being outsmarted by bigots.